Have you ever felt the sting of disrespect? Like a sudden crack in your armor that catches you off guard? Imagine words slicing through your calm like a cold blade, leaving you shaken and searching for a way to respond. In those moments, the urge to retaliate or defend yourself can feel overwhelming, as if your very dignity is at stake. But what if I told you there's a different path? One that doesn't lead to conflict or lost control. Rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom. This approach teaches us to rise above the chaos, mastering not the actions of others, but the kingdom within our own minds. Today, I'll guide you through 4 powerful Stoic strategies to handle disrespect with the confidence and poise of a true leader. Let's begin with a powerful truth. When someone shows you disrespect, the fault lies squarely with them, not you. Think about it this way. If a storm batters a tree, it is the storm's violence. We notice not the tree's supposed weakness. Similarly, disrespect is more about the person throwing it than the one receiving it. Imagine a person shouting at you in anger. What does that scream really tell you? Not about your worth or character, but about their own inner struggles, fears, or frustration boiling over. This idea might sound simple, but it's revolutionary once fully embraced. Consider the times someone has insulted you or mocked you. Did their words truly diminish you? Or did they simply expose their own insecurities like cracks in a fragile vase? Disrespect is like a mirror that reflects the turmoil within the other person, not your value. Ask yourself, why should their moment of weakness dictate how I feel about myself? Why let their emotional chaos become my burden? Understanding this flips the script. You begin to see disrespect not as a personal attack, but as an insight into the other's pain and confusion. With this mindset, you reclaim your calm, refusing to internalize what belongs outside your mind. And here's something even deeper to reflect on. What does it say about a person who must lower others just to feel taller themselves? Isn't that a quiet admission of their own fragility? Like a bird puffing its feathers to appear larger. The one who insults is often trying to mask their own sense of inadequacy. Disrespect, in this light, becomes not a wound, but a confession, an unintentional revelation of where they are broken. Now imagine if you could see these moments not as threats, but as insights. What if each insult you receive was a map pointing to someone else's struggle? You might find yourself reacting with curiosity rather than offense, even compassion rather than defensiveness. Not out of weakness, but because you've chosen to rise above the emotional games others play. The second lesson from Stoicism is deceptively simple, yet incredibly powerful. Control what lies within your grasp, your reaction. Imagine standing at the edge of a rushing river. You cannot stop the current, but you can decide how to steer your boat through it. In life, you cannot dictate how others behave, the harsh words they throw, or the disrespect they dish out. What you can master is your own mind and how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once reminded us that true power resides not in external events, but in the way we govern our thoughts. When faced with disrespect, you are presented with a fork in the road. Will you let anger pull you into chaos, or will you anchor yourself in calm? This choice defines your strength. The practical side of this philosophy involves cultivating awareness, learning to pause, breathe deeply, and observe your emotions without immediate reaction. Picture your mind as a serene lake, disturbed by ripples of insult, but able to settle quickly if you allow it. Instead of reacting like a storm, you become the steady harbor that absorbs the waves without sinking. This moment of stillness, though brief, rewires your response. It empowers you to answer not with rashness, but with measured wisdom. In the face of provocation, choosing silence or a calm word is not weakness. It is the hallmark of true mastery over self. Will you be tossed by the waves or sail steadily onward? Think of the last time someone's words nearly pulled you into an emotional whirlpool. That surge of heat in your chest, the clenched fists, the biting retort rising in your throat. What if in that exact moment you could smile inwardly, recognizing the test as a gift? A moment to sharpen your inner blade to reinforce the calm you've been cultivating like a sacred garden. The Stoics weren't emotionless. They were emotional masters. They didn't suppress the river's current, but they built the skill to navigate it without being swept away. You too can develop this skill. One breath, one pause, one graceful response at a time. You're not just enduring the storm, you're learning how to walk through it dry. The third profound teaching from Stoicism invites you to release the heavy burden of needing approval from others. Imagine trying to build a castle on shifting sand. No matter how grand it looks, it's destined to crumble. Relying on other people's praise or validation is just like that, unstable and frail. True strength, the Stoics teach us, is anchored deeply within. It grows from the roots of your character, your integrity, and the choices you make every day. Your value is not a reflection of applause from the crowd, but the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you acted rightly even when no one was watching. Have you ever noticed how a tree stands firm during the storm? Because its roots go deep underground. Your self-worth must be like those roots, strong, unseen, but unwavering. When you stop seeking approval and instead cultivate self-respect, you build an unshakable fortress around your soul. This inner fortress protects you from the arrows of disrespect, making insults harmless and opinions powerless. When your sense of worth is self-generated rather than borrowed, you become truly free. Free to be yourself, unbowed and unbroken by the judgments swirling around you. So, what foundations are you building your life on? And yet, our modern world often encourages the opposite. We're taught to chase likes, validation, applause, as if worth could be voted on like a popularity contest. But the Stoics ask, what happens when the applause stops? When the crowd turns away? If your sense of self crumbles in silence, was it ever truly yours? Instead, build a self rooted in timeless principles. Values that don't sway with trends or opinions. Let your compass be internal, not external. Like a mountain that doesn't care which direction the wind blows, your decisions should be guided by character, not consensus. That's when your presence becomes magnetic, not because you seek approval, but because you don't need it. Here's a profound truth often overlooked. When someone disrespects you, it speaks volumes about their inner world, not your worth. The ancient Stoic Seneca reminds us, it is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Think of a calm lake. When a stone is thrown in, the ripples distort the surface, but the lake itself remains whole and undisturbed beneath. Similarly, disrespect is the ripple created by the turmoil inside another person, not a fracture in your own being. What does it really say about someone who lashes out with insults or dismissive gestures? Often it reveals their own struggles, perhaps insecurity, fear, or unresolved pain. Their disrespect is less a reflection of you and more a mirror held up to their own flaws and wounds. Understanding this shifts your perspective dramatically. Instead of absorbing their negativity like a sponge, you begin to see their words as shadows cast by their troubled character. This insight allows you to reclaim your inner calm and dignity. Like an immovable rock standing firm against crashing waves, your spirit remains unshaken, grounded in the strength of your own mind. Seneca's wisdom isn't just poetic, it's practical. If your mind is truly unconquerable, then no insult can take root without your permission. It's like someone trying to draw graffiti on a mirror with water. It disappears before it stains. You can choose to let those words pass through you like wind through an open window. Moreover, ask yourself this: what kind of peace becomes possible when you no longer react to every provocation? You stop being a puppet to people's triggers and become the master of your own emotional stage. That's the kind of quiet power that Stoicism offers, not loud, not boastful, but deeply, immovably strong. From personal experience, embracing the Stoic mindset when confronted with disrespect has been nothing short of liberating. Instead of reacting impulsively or nursing old wounds, I've learned to pause, to breathe deeply, and view the moment through a lens of calm reason. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm, utterly still, while chaos swirls all around. This is the power Stoicism offers: the ability to anchor yourself despite external turbulence. It's a challenging path, certainly, but with practice, the habit of responding thoughtfully rather than emotionally grows stronger. My hope is that this perspective can help you not just to endure disrespect, but to rise above it, emerging more resilient and self-assured. So, here's a question to ponder. What would change in your life if you met every slight or insult with steady calm instead of reaction? Take a moment to reflect on that. In closing, let's revisit the 4 pillars of Stoic resilience when facing disrespect. First, recognize that disrespect reflects the other person's inner struggles, not your worth. Second, master your reactions through mindful breathing and thoughtful pauses. Third, cultivate an unshakable self-worth that stands firm regardless of outside opinions. And finally, remember that the way someone disrespects you tells a story about them, not you. If you're curious to explore how Stoic philosophy can guide you toward a life of calm strength and emotional mastery, stick around and journey with us. If you found these Stoic insights helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss any new lessons on mastering your mind and emotions. Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you handle disrespect in your life? Let's learn and grow together.